Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smother. Where them tries to kill you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up, execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's a scene, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Like that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah.
We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental, how clean is a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Steering this ship through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track, we the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Peace, everyone. I am Universe Badger.
I am Moonforce. Oh, I thought you let me do it. I'm Mooncat.
I was said, and this is meow meow Mooncat.
Meow, I got the cat cup too.
So I want to start off by saying attention versus intention, energy versus direction. Peace. You're tuned into the People's Podcast with the ears that will listen and where your opinion matters. Tonight, we're diving deep into a truth, the most overlooked, the difference between attention and intention. See, attention is energy. It's what you focus on when your mind and emotions go. But intention is direction. It's the purpose behind the focus, the why, that gives you energy and meaning. Too often we give our attention to everything that drains us instead of directing it with the intention towards what we want to grow. because attention without intention is like running fast with no destination. And you're moving, although you're not going anywhere. That feeds your soul. So tonight we're slowing down, tuning in, and exploring how to align your energy with purpose. So your focus creates the reality it truly desires. Brought to you by our sponsor, Shimmerwood Beverages, CBD infused seltzers, keeping your energy calm, your mind clear, and your direction intentional. Use our promo code, The People, to get 30% off. Peace, Gills.
And Bloop, speaking of deep dives, Bloop. We got Danny's bubble.
Danny the Bubble. Bloop. Gills, are you with us?
And Gilly's a bubble. My signal's cat poop.
Nope, she's not yet. So, what do you think of the title?
Attention versus intention.
Yep.
Well, I like the way you put it, but you can also in the description, but you can also put it the other way. There's similar sounding words with that can work really well together and not well apart. Because, like, let's see, intention without attention is a life killer, right? It's you think about what can happen, fear of failure and success, and you sit there and stagnate. So, and you don't do any attention to it. So that sucks on the other end of the spectrum. I guess I've been there too. But yeah, they're working in hand. Let's explore.
Lily, are you with us?
I am. I pushed the wrong button when I went to unmute my mic.
That happens. So what do you think about attention versus intention, direction versus energy?
So as far as attention versus intention, I think that attention is what you focus on. Intention is the outcome that you seek. And sometimes your intention and your attention can be very misaligned. And at times it's within your control, and at times it's without of your control. And what was the other one?
Energy versus direction.
Energy versus direction. I don't think it's very much unlike attention versus intention. I think that
it's just part of
right,
the title.
But
same.
No. I don't think that it's very different in that energy is where your efforts, either emotionally, mentally, or physically, are going. And direction is where you'd like to go, whether or not they're aligned.
Okay. Welcome, SGF Graham.
Peace.
So what do you think about the title? Attention versus intention, direction versus energy.
Well, energy is equal to intention. Pay attention to your direction. I don't know. That's what I would say.
Okay. That's a quick breakdown. So my opinion is, and it's basically on point with everybody else's. I'm saying that, we can't have one without the other, because it's like putting batteries in a flashlight and never turning it on. We need one to control the other. We have to have some form of direction with if we don't have any form of direction with our attention, then we're just wasting space and time and energy. Make sense?
Oh yeah.
I think it makes sense. I just don't think that it's always possible. It doesn't always work out that way. For instance, say you have a sick kid or you have a sick parent that you're caring for, or whatever. Your intentions may be to be focusing on self-care or your business or whatever it is that you'd like to put your intentions on. But your attention is being pulled to the thing that, you know, is most heavy in your life at the time. So I think that they don't exist in a vacuum together, that there are other factors that play a role.
Your attention is by choice, though.
Period.
In that sense.
Intention is by choice, but not what happens around you in your life that takes your attention.
What you pay attention to is by choice.
Mm-hmm.
There is BS happening around me all the time. And I see it in a glimpse, but I don't pay attention to it. I see the glimpse of it, that I know to stay away from it.
Mm-hmm. And even if it's out of our control, it's a choice. We choose to allow that to become a priority. It's always a choice. Even if it's someone else forced it into our lives, we still give it choice to give it energy, to give it purpose, to give it a space, because it doesn't have to.
What if you have some sort of mental illness or brain injury that causes you to do things like ruminate, that causes you to have obsessive thoughts, for instance, or causes you in some other way not to be able to disconnect? So something like a brain injury, like PTSD, where...
So PTSD is kind of considered a brain injury. It really is. But then again, it is still controlled. Once you find out what the source is, not saying it's easy, but once you find out what the source is, you have to have the ability to control it. You have to be able to work through it, to do the shadow work, to be able to heal it, to undo the trauma from it.
But that can sometimes take years. I mean, regeneration of brain cells is not an easy thing. And you are talking about actual damage to the brain, the parts of the brain that light up, and those are not controlled by outside factors. That takes a lot of rehabilitation.
But it's doable. I had PTSD and an addiction, and I've overcame both.
What if you were in a situation that was creating the things that triggered it? So it was an ongoing thing.
Remove yourself from that situation.
Well, kids can't always remove themselves. And unfortunately, there are certain abuses that aren't considered illegal at this point.
Okay, but for children's a different circumstances. We're talking about adults. We're not talking
what about
kids, attention in their direction in life, because they're kids yet. They're not even really, they still have that imagination. They still have that other stuff on there that they haven't been brainwashed to have. The belief systems.
Well, but you also get illnesses, autoimmune disease, all sorts of factors, sometimes addiction, which many argue is a disease, and I agree.
It's still controlled. And I'm going to put a pin in it for a second and scoop it over to Moon Tortoise, because it's still controlled. Is it not, Moon Tortoise? Even though addiction, is it still controlled? You are able to control it once you want to.
Yeah, addiction's like that free will debate with people. You know, you got half of people who think it ain't a thing. I like to say dis-ease. If you take the word and chop it in half, you're dis-eased. I'm dis-eased by something. There is a issue with me that it's very hard to tackle. Addiction's screwed up. I don't know if I would have ever made it out with a support network. and at least some kind of sort of community around me. It's still something to think about. I mean, hell, it's really hard. I think what Gilly, I do tend to agree with. Wait a second, War and Peace, Lily, which I saw the name change, on the fact that there can be variables and varying degrees of things. Like, let's say you just stumbled upon our podcast, but you are sitting in a burned out building in an active war zone. Really hard to detach from that. Someone's shooting you. We got insane, weird situations at home with all kinds of abuse and stuff. So you're going to find yourself in situations that are really, really hard to detach from. And it takes a lot of work and patience and stuff. Increased mental health support in the communities and people actually doing things would be a tantamount to everybody's success in all of this. But for right now, we have to try and move forward. I can't even leave my house right now.
I love the thing that you just said about how it's like sitting in an active war zone with bullets coming at you. Because when somebody's gone through emotional abuse, oftentimes it can be like sitting in a war zone, only the bullets are different. And being in a community, a supportive community is a great thing. But sometimes you can be in the wrong community without either the ability to remove yourself from it or the ability to trust a new one, because at least you know the things coming at you where you are.
The thing is, though, Gilly, with all that being said, it still has to be an intention. You still have to want. You still have to have that want to change in order for change to happen. You can't
the want can be there.
1 second.
The want can be there very strong.
1 second, sweetheart. 1 second. You can't want something, yet you keep going back to what you don't want your attention to be drawn to. I don't want to feel worthless, but yet I'm going to keep thinking I'm worthless. Even though I don't want to feel like I'm worthless, but yet I'm still going to allow myself to keep feeling like I'm worthless. That is a choice. Whether somebody else is saying it to me or not, it's an agreement that I'm choosing to allow to affect me. And I know from both sides. It's not like I've never been in an abusive relationship. I just fought for my life about 7 years ago, literally by someone's hands trying to take mine from me. And I've been raised where I had that my whole entire life, from my mother to my father to a lot of people that have belittled me. Since I started learning to love myself, no one says it's easy, and no one says that it's not going to happen. But I'm telling you, if you really want it to happen, you have to start, and you have to keep putting the foot to do it. You can't keep saying I want change, yet talk about what is broke you.
I don't talk about what's wrong as an excuse. I talk about what's wrong or what the barriers are as an excuse.
So I don't know why you're taking it personal. I'm not talking about.
I'm not taking it personal either, but I am somebody who does talk about it.
Okay, but
and so my reason for continuing to talk about it is because I think that the better that we understand it, why some people are able to thrive and pull themselves out and other people can't seem to, what the factors are that make the difference.
So
I think that's important to understand.
At the end of the day, it's still a choice, whether you like to believe it or not. I was told I was good for only one thing, and I believed that my whole entire life, until I started to learn to love myself, and I realized it was a choice, that I chose to allow that agreement that someone put upon me to become my own conviction. You don't have to. Even when I knew no better, even when my father told me that was how it should be and that's how women should be, even though I knew no better, I removed myself, because I'm an adult now, from the situations that weren't good for me, and allowed myself to love myself. But I had to find myself in all that chaos, and it wasn't easy. And I still surround myself around people that say things that's not fair to me, but yet now I do it differently. Now I'll mirror like this and say, you must be seeing something within yourself, because I do not believe that of me, and I will not allow you to allow myself, because it's a choice, to hear that, to think that is of me. And I will remove myself.
Sometimes it's not about, right, but sometimes it's not about what people say or removing yourself. Sometimes you're removed.
Yes, and you have to uncondition your mind. You have to uncondition your mind and start over. And it sucks. It sucks. But you have to do it if you want change. We have to die and get down to the bottom. And everything that we ever thought was real has to die for us to find ourselves the way that we want to see it. And that's a choice. I don't care what you think or say at this present moment. Because at the end of the day, it is a choice. It's not easy, though. It's not easy. I promise you. And it sucks. And it's scary. And there's going to be really bad days. But we have to look at our demons, and we have to look at our inner self, and we have to look at the thought process that our mind, which is just this reactive thing, which is just this fight or flight kind of survival thing, is not really meant to do the thinking, because it's a tool. It doesn't own us. We own it.
There are times that choice is taken, though.
It doesn't
even
matter.
As an adult.
It doesn't matter. You can get it back.
It does if you don't have someone to advocate for you. It absolutely does.
Get it back. Because now you're over the age of 18, you start advocating for yourself.
I not only advocated for myself, but for others for plenty of years. It's not that I have an inability to do so. It's that there are other factors outside.
So
and this is how I'm advocating for myself by saying my truth that I've seen and that I've learned and that I've experienced.
But what are you doing for your truth?
Yes.
People say a lot. People say a lot, but what is your action? What are you doing for your truth besides saying a lot? And yeah, I'm sounding a little firm because I keep hearing a repeated record, no matter what the conversation is.
Right. What am I doing? I'm working on putting the information together in a way that I can bring it forward and create some actionable change, not just for me.
What are you doing for you? What are you doing for you? Well, what are you doing for you? What are you doing for you? Do you even see yourself winning? Can you picture yourself winning right now? Can you picture yourself succeeding? Can you picture yourself actually getting what you want, or are you hoping that it happens?
Oh, I definitely am in a place where probably I hope more than I see.
So once again, we got to get back to what are you doing for you? You putting a lot of action in place or whatever, and work has nothing to do with it. Work has nothing to do with it because the frequency doesn't even match.
And that's the difference between attention and intention. It doesn't matter what your intentions are. It's what you're giving the attention to. Hope will not be a factor in my life if I want and I know and I believe there's change. Hope is not there. I promise you that. I know I'm going to make a difference. You changed your name for a reason. Now you have to start becoming that. And believe you are. Find who you are and love that being so other people can. And know how strong and powerful you are. And that starts with self. And that is change. And it's scary. It's scary. But you can't have a doubt in your mind if you want an effort to form.
And FYI, stop trying to use this on humans. We all have our own frequency.
Mm-hmm.
The same way that you can't be controlled unless you allow it, they can't be controlled unless you allow it. It don't work like you're shooting radio signals out there and they're just gonna grab it one day and say mama or daddy or whatever. It doesn't work like that. You have to get yourself in the position that you however you think that the mama should be in order to maintain her kids back in her possession, you should already be moving like that. Already moving like that's what you're gonna get, or whatever. Like the mentality of the woman that maintains her kids, or whatever, you should already be thinking like that, or whatever. It's you not hoping. You should already be moving in that area like you're already ready for it, like you're already prepared for it, like going to school. You don't just become an engineer because you want to. You went to school and became prepared for it.
I actually was incredibly prepared for it and pretty good at it for
You
multiple
still
years.
should be then. Then you still
Exactly.
should be.
But
No buts. That is a period, and that equals out anything you said beforehand. And not
right,
being
but when
rough.
people are tampering with the information that you receive,
They
when
cannot
people are
change who you
tampering,
I
They're
am a wife.
manifesting harder than you. They're
I'm a wife.
manifesting harder than you.
I'm a wife without a husband at times, and I'm a wife regardless if I have a husband, because what I am doesn't define me, because who's with me.
I didn't say anything about like who's with you in terms of that.
No, I'm just
Supportive
saying in
community
general.
is
Like,
important
I'm just
though.
saying in general, you're a mother. Is that the most important thing to you, being a mother? Then you're a mother whether you have children or not. The
But
children
it's
don't make you
not
mother.
the only important thing. It's something that's getting in the way of me being anything else right now
Not true. That's
because
you.
of the way that my rights
That's you. You're allowing that.
are being
Find out
withheld.
who you are. Find out who you are without your title. Without your title that you gave yourself.
So you
Because when
can't
you're
be
born,
anything else.
I
Sorry.
apologize. No, you're good. Say it.
So you can't be anything else without that piece that we always hear about. Like there's nothing else that makes up you besides that.
No, there's plenty of things that make up me. What I'm saying is when my rights are being withheld and there's no explanation for it, when I am being attacked online and offline, and there is no clear reason why, when you wake up every day and you don't know if kids are if they're okay or if they're not, or what they're thinking or what they're telling themselves, or if they need you,
Back to what I
and
said.
there's no access. It pulls your attention. It pulls your attention. It pulls my attention, I should say.
Yeah, because you said there was plenty of things and you somehow reverted your answer right back to the only thing that you talk about. So once again, what are the other things? There's got to be something else about you that was valuable before you had kids.
When you were born, my love. When you were born.
Well, there were plenty of things that were valuable. Is that what you were asking?
Did they disappear all of a sudden?
When you were born, you weren't a mother. You became one as life come around. But what were you beforehand?
Well, I was a pretty young teenager, for one. But
what were you besides your age? What were you as an individual?
Strong, I was still discovering that. I was 16 years old, and the phases that you typically go through.
And you need to rediscover without anything else. Go ahead, Moon Tortoise. I apologize.
No, because I did discover those things as I began.
Moon Tortoise would like to say something.
Meow. Yes. Meow. Thank you. Okay. Gilly, have you been practicing hammer-ons?
Have I been I did practice hammer-ons, but I haven't picked up the guitar in a few days.
Raps.
And I'm better at them.
If you can.
You want me to do a hammer-on for you now?
No. I mean, yeah, if you're really so inclined, but just, I'm glad you practice them. Just, keep practicing them.
Yeah, I'm practicing them. And I will keep practicing them.
Fuck yeah.
There's something bigger and greater that you are, that defines who you are without a title in front of it.
Oh, I agree. I wasn't disagreeing with that. I didn't
Find
even
it.
bring up my kids. They were brought up, and
No,
I actually don't want to discuss them.
no, just
But
find who you are. Find who you are. The person you never got a chance to discover.
I discovered her fine. I just didn't discover her before I was a parent. I discovered her in a different way than a lot of people do
And
as
where
I
is
was
she now?
growing.
And where is she now?
Where is she now?
Yeah.
She is she
So to
she feels boxed in by factors outside of her control.
then unbox them, because now you have the control to control you. I want to keep the podcast running in the aspect of that we're on audio also. And I want to talk about attention is where your focus goes. It's the energy you give, the thoughts you feed, the emotions you pour into something. And I want to say welcome to Flavor Hype, because he jumped on and hadn't had a chance to speak yet.
Hi, Flame.
Hello, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, I did jump on and listened. Yeah, so, just greetings to everyone, all those listening and all those on the panel. Hello.
Hello. So you can give attention to almost anything, from fear, peace, chaos, or growth. Although without intention, the energy becomes no direction. Attention says, this is what I'm thinking about. Intention says, this is what I'm creating with that thought. When you align the two, your focus and purpose, your energy stops scattering and starts creating. That's when life starts to move in the flow instead of friction. You can't get out of a battle zone until you do not picture the battle zone anymore. And it may be starting with a thought, and then becomes actions of being somewhere else because you removed yourself mentally first. And then physical falls through. But everything starts with a thought. And if we put more energy in going forward, instead of staying where we're stagnant or where we lost ourselves, then we're not going to be able to get out of it. So put all that energy into going forward at all times, and say you've already gone there. You have to know what it feels like to be there first before you can ever be there. You have to have gratitude, appreciation, and feeling the love of being there before you even get there. Because you won't even be able to appreciate nothing, because you're not going to know what it feels like. You got to learn to love yourself if you want love. And that's become the person that you're searching for before you even start searching for anyone. Be comfortable with being alone. Be comfortable with finding out who you are and taking yourself out on a date. And getting to know
Explain
you.
what you mean by alone.
I don't mean physically alone. I mean mentally alone. Shut your mind down and stop letting it go places you don't want it to be. And it's not easy, but it can be done. It is possible. And the thing, it starts with moments of, as soon as you feel something, and that's how I started my ethers. I had PTSD, I had vertigo, I had anxiety, I had panic attacks. And they were all things that I allow to have me, until I realized that I controlled all of them. Right in the middle of a panic attack, I stop it. Right before it even happens now, I know it's going to happen. I'm like, I'm bigger than this. You're not even going to happen. And I stop it. Now I don't even have the urge to have one.
Are you having ongoing chronic stress?
No, I am not, because I'm allowing myself to. Other people around me may. I don't worry about anything. I am free in myself from myself. Because I know I control what I think. And that's the only thing I control. My mind is not powerful. My mind does not own me. And it was hard. I had to fast and go without. I had to deny myself the pleasures that I wanted to learn to control things. Someone can be in front of me and hit me, literally hit me. And I will not come outside myself, or my energy will not change. Spit in my face, call me names, be 2 inches from me. It's control. I choose whether or not I give someone that energy. And because I found my inner peace and learned to love myself, I will never give it to anybody. It starts with self, though. Peace, peace, Joey. Long time no see. Tortoise, there's a Joey Schwul in the comments.
Get out of here. Get out of Dodge. Hi, Joey. Wait, what is he? Like energy hamster or some shit?
Energy hamster. He knew we were talking about him today.
You know,
I'm gonna ask a few questions real quick here, and I don't want to feel like I'm harboring or beating up or I'm breaking down anything, because you're allowed to feel what you feel, and no one's saying you're wrong for feeling what you're feeling. Just if you want change, though, you gotta start feeling some way different. You gotta feel change in order to accept change and to ever able to see change. I stopped looking at myself in a mirror for a whole year, so I could start loving what I looked like. I stopped having sex so I could control sex. I stopped eating meat, and now I don't yearn for it. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm saying change can happen, but it has to start with self. Whatever it is you want. But it all starts with a thought. I'm going to ask Moon Tortoise, what's the first thing you usually give your attention to each day? And does it serve your intention for the day?
The first thing you want to know the first thing I give my attention to every morning?
Coffee.
We said that shit in unison. Yeah. That is what I call overcome depression, organize my future time. It can last anywhere from 1 to 24 hours. Coffee. Sorry. I've been drinking less coffee, though. I saved it for the podcast.
Look what our beautiful friend said.
Hi, Henry. You look cute. Also, I like the abstinence theory for change. Be the change you want to see. Change is good.
Change is good and scary, yet it's very good.
Yes.
Very good. So how does drinking coffee help you with your attention?
It would monumentally improve everything if I quit drinking coffee and moved on to something more better for me. But I make little sacrifices.
What's a
Oh, Joey, you're gonna need at least an ultra ball for me, but for sure. Master tops. I forget which one's in order. It's a Pokeball. You forgot to put the thing over the E.
Oh, my bad.
So yeah, I don't know. But for now, it kind of chemically rewires my brain into thinking that I'm awake enough to actually accomplish something. But it only really pacifies me until I start shaking and need to eat and actually drink, which I've been really trying to do.
I feel that. I feel that.
I'm a realist now. That's how I accept failing and learn to love it. Almost. Yeah.
So next question, and I'm gonna go to Flavor Hype. Can you have strong attention without clear intention, or do the two always work together?
Well, you can have it, but a lot of things are going to be misdirected. So if they're not working in tandem, then you're not really going to be as focused or as effective as you would be if they were working together. But that has to do with the focus that you have and the understanding of what it is you want to do. So it does start with yourself. Like you said, it starts with that thought. Then what am I going to do with this thought? How am I going to channel this into the direction that's going to be productive for what it is that I want?
Okay, I like that. S. Jeff Graham, why do we often give more attention to distraction than our own goals?
A lot of times it could be that you mentally needed a break and you forgot to come back, or I don't know, being of the population is easier to do than do your own thing.
Man, say that one more time, please, for those that don't understand it.
Being of the population, you know, carrying on traditionally, you know, it'll take you out, it'll take you away from yourself. It's kind of the way that I hate to say it, you know, whatever, but the way I look at people that buy Jordans, pretty much everybody I know tell me those shoes are uncomfortable, but they gotta get them. I don't know, man. It's just something about them. I gotta get them.
I got a pair of thrift store high tops. I liked them. Probably knockoffs.
Gilly, what role do emotions play? Do they strengthen attention or clarify intention?
They do both. They strengthen your attention because, particularly if you're somebody who is often emotional or or led by your emotions, and what was the second half of that?
What role do emotions play? Do they strengthen your attention or clarify intention?
I think it depends on the person. I mean, not everybody.
I'm asking you.
But it does depend on the person. I mean, emotions.
So I want to know your opinion on you.
When I'm experiencing strong emotions, it is very hard for me to turn my attention away. That includes if I'm experiencing strong emotions coming off of other people, because I feel them.
Thank you. I love that for you answering that way, because that's what I was asking. Sometimes I want to know about you, and other times I want to know about in general. But right now I want to talk about you. So thank you. So Moon Tortoise, how can someone tell when their attention is out of alignment with their intention?
One more time. I have ADHD.
Do you want to
My
read
attention.
that on comment real quick?
Heck yeah, why not? Listen, conformity over comfort, that's a powerful motivation. Yeah.
Do
True
you
that.
do you believe intention can shift your reality even before action takes place? And that's probably not the one I read, but that's the one I'm reading now.
No, that's okay. Can intention shape your reality before action takes place?
Yes.
Yes, I believe having a positive mindset on a goal, or like sometimes I'd be like, I'll perk up, right? And it's going to foster positive emotion towards working at something. Continued positive emotion is done by testing and trying to produce results, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I do believe it can. I believe a thought. It always starts with a thought, right?
Mhm.
And someone thought, right? So a lot of them. They're making more rocks every day. So yeah, love it. I love it. I think so. I think that's a very important step.
So I'm going to read for myself. How can someone tell when their attention is out of alignment with their intention? Because they speak more than they act. They're talking one hell of a game, but they're doing something really totally opposite. It's all about thought, then action. You can't have one without the other. You can't say you want change, yet you're going back to the same stuff over and over and over and over. You just can't. You can't. You can't say that I'm healed and I'm controlled, yet you're still acting unhealed and uncontrolled. And that's how you can tell when someone just says something.
Well, hey, can I add one more little response to mine, just real quick?
Yes.
It's something funny because one of the first things I did, I realized that my knuckles were all bruised up from fighting people and my head was split open from concrete. So I was like, I'm gonna quit drinking Jack Daniels and hard liquor or brown liquor. And I didn't quit drinking at that point. I drank for years after that, but just that thought put into my head led me on a domino effect to, maybe I'll eventually, and yeah, I had to get really tired and basically die to quit, right? So it's not to just rattle on about, but that's kind of how I felt like that thought really propelled me into action.
SGF Graham, I don't know what that is that is written. Can it be spoke out loud? I can't see it.
Oh, I was just commenting when y'all was saying intention, when you was asking on Henry about intention. And I was saying it's 1000% intention.
I just read that. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't see it. To me, it looked like you don't want to know because my mind still goes to dark places. So, so I'm gonna ask Flavor Hype this. Have you ever achieved something just by being intentional, even when you didn't know how it would happen?
Actually, yes. And one thing comes to mind off the rip. My intent was a couple of years ago. My son was in high school, my oldest son, and he played football. So I wanted to go to the football game. Now I was told that all the tickets were sold, and it was one of the last home games that they had, or something to that effect. And it was a big rivalry team, and I wanted to be there, but I was told that all the tickets were sold, and I couldn't go. And he was expecting me to not be there, and I was like, I really want to be there at this game because I want him to see me supporting him. So I left the house. I had no idea how I was going to get into the game, but I prayed on it. Showed up at the school, and I knew the coach, and so I just kind of chatted up with him a little bit, and I was like, "Hey, is there a way that I can get in?" And so he was like, yeah, I'll just let you in. I'll just tell me you're with me. And so he walked by over to where they, supposed to have the tickets are, walked through, and it's like, oh, he's with me. And so I just walked by there through with him, no charge at all, made it into the game. He was surprised. My son was surprised to see me. I was like, yo, I'm here. I told you, man, I'm not going to let you down. So that was like one of the biggest things for me, just to have him see me there and know that I did whatever I could to be there for him, to show my support. So that was just the biggest thing for me, and I know it was big for him as well. Like I said, I had no idea how it was going to happen. But my intent was to be there at the game for him, and it happened.
Okay. I'm going to ask everybody that real quick before we end up wrapping up with the positive thing, because I have a story too. Moon Tortoise, have you ever achieved something just by intentional without you, or even when you didn't know it would happen?
Yeah. Have I ever achieved anything with just an intent and you didn't, I didn't think it was going to happen? Yeah, I hate to be a broken record, but maintaining sobriety, I guess. Something always in the back of my head. It's hard. Sometimes it's really hard. So I don't really. I heard the phrase "one day at a time," and I ran as far away from that as I could. I had an intent to maintain sobriety, as opposed to just giving myself an excuse to fuck up one day at a time. So my intent was to get away from certain agreements and things that didn't make sense, that were too commonplace and didn't really work to foster change in my system. Yeah, so I scrapped that, and I thought I was going to die because it went against the doctrine that a lot of people were talking. But I'm here just like a cat talking to you, happy as shit.
What did Liz say?
Is achievement by intent be kind? Achievement by intent be kind of like manifestation? We were talking about that before. Yeah.
Yeah. My story is that I do it often. So I have more than one, but I'm just gonna mention this one. I went to a car dealer place, and my credit wasn't the greatest. I had no money down payment or nothing. And I wanted a Jeep with a sunroof, a black Jeep with a sunroof. And I wasn't leaving until I got one. Told all of them there that I wasn't leaving until I got one. And I had no money down, and my credit wasn't the greatest, and I had no cosigner. I left with the Jeep.
Wow.
You badgered them.
I did not. But at the end of the day, it's all about what your intent is and what your attention's set on. And that happened to me more than once. I was putting on an event with Chili Mo, and he's like, we don't have money to pay them for this thing. We just don't have it. And I said, it's going to happen. And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yes, it is. It's going to happen. The universe always provides. We walked in, and the bar owner said, we do not have to pay for the event by using the place. And actually, all the money at the door we can keep. Just let them keep all the money they make. So yeah, when you have your attention set to what you want, and you don't think of it as a want, you know it's happening. You know it because it happened. It already happened in your head. It's going to happen in your life. So I'm going to ask Gilly, have you ever achieved something just by being intentional, even when you didn't know how it would happen?
I don't know, lots of things. I think those are things that sort of happen daily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not all the time, but it's the little things.
Mm-hmm.
when I was restricted from access for money, I intended for my kids to have the best of what they could. And so I learned how to make things and build things and design things that often were just like the things that I couldn't afford to buy.
Mhm.
I learned resources to get them other ways. Yeah, I mean, I've had the intent to love somebody back to health, and even though they don't remember all the loving I was doing, they certainly were loved back to health. That worked. Um, I've yeah, I think everybody has.
Well, I'm
Hard
gonna
to live
ask Jeff.
life.
I just wanted to hear a story. I'm gonna ask Jeff Graham a story now. Can you tell us a story? Have you ever achieved something just by being intentional, even when you didn't know it would happen?
Haha, yes, I have. Which one? Oh, I got a good one. So, what, 2008? I had just got invited to audition for Def Jam. It cost money. It was legit. But it cost money because there was so many people or whatever, and they was if I didn't have the money, then they was gonna ask the next person. And so I had it the day that I was supposed to pay it. That morning when I woke up to my, at that time, the youngest seed I had deceased from SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. So of course I wasn't in the right mind frame. Now I know all my money has to go to handling the situation. Brothers and sisters and cousins, they telling me you gotta do it for Anthony. You gotta do it for Anthony. That was who just passed away.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, I gotta do it, but I didn't know how I was gonna do it. So the day after the funeral, that was the day of the show. I hear the horn blowing outside, and it's one of my homeboys, and he like, "Hey man, put your clothes on. Come on, hurry up." I'm like, "Man, where we going?" He like, "We're going to Charlotte. You got the audition to do." I was like, "Bro, I don't have the $250." He was like, "I got it. Let's get in the car. Come on."
Mhm. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And that was a dope thing I'll never forget.
So we're going to do positive quotes. You want to do your positive quote as Jeff Graham?
Remember the small victories. They accumulate to the bigger victories.
Positive quote. Did she leave? Yeah. No. Gilly, positive quote.
Come back to me, or no? Am I all that's left? Okay.
No, I will come back to you. Flavor hype, positive quote.
All right. My positive quote is, do your best to maintain focus on what you know is the right thing to do, because right is right. Doesn't matter if everyone else is against it. Wrong is wrong, no matter if everyone else is for it. Just focus on what you know to be true and right, and let that guide you.
Okay. Moon tortoise.
I'm going to use my positive quote to ask Energy Hamster, by the way, Moon Tortoise, you're what? Meow.
Meow meow.
Answer the question, man.
No,
But yeah,
give me
no.
your positive quote. We'll go back to him.
Yeah, we can still do a positive quote. There's something I heard from some old guy about work and work without something. You know what? You just utilize, formulate goals and work towards those goals. And if the goals seem unachievable, lower your standards. No, just keep trying to chase achievable goals and don't drive yourself crazy doing it. Do or do not. There is no try. Yeah. So yeah.
So say that one more time without the chuckle, because that is her positive quote.
Listen, do or do not. There is no try. Yoda.
Yes, there is no try. Do or do not. And that is what Energy Hamster says.
Love your suit. Oh my God, he's doing a Silence of the Lambs thing for Halloween. Love the suit.
Love that suit.
Yeah.
Bill, positive quote.
Everybody's going to have their opinions, so it's not worth wasting your energy trying to change them. Just do what's right.
So, and for some reason, when Moon Tortoise read Joey's thing, I just kept thinking of lipstick and me dancing in circles. Then, would you do me? I do me real good.
Yeah, there's a point in time where I gave a shit about what people think about me, but if I don't like you, I will just go Buffalo Bill on you, and I do not give a shit. I do not give a shit about creeping people out. I don't give a shit if you think I'm sexy or not. Now, don't give a shit. That's my positive quote.
I do me. So wherever your attention goes, your energy flows. So aim to where you want your life to grow. That's my positive quote. So let me do this outro real quick here. So peace and love, family. This has been another powerful session on the People's Podcast. With the ears that were listening, your opinion always matters. Tonight we broke down the difference between attention and intention. How one fuels your energy and the other gives it direction. Remember this: where your attention goes, your energy flows. That's what I just said. But it's not your intention that decides where your energy lands. So as you move through the week, be mindful of what's holding your focus. Ask yourself, is my attention feeding my fear or fueling my purpose? So stay aligned, stay intentional, and keep directing your energy towards growth, peace, and elevation. Brought to you by Shimmerwood CBD Infused Seltzers, helping you stay calm, clear, and centered in every moment. Use our code, The People, and get 30% off. Until next time, stay tuned, stay grounded, and remember, your energy is sacred. So spend it wisely. Peace, peace.
Peace, peace.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries to kill you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up, execute goals regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you will. You live in the root, release what you're fearing, and watch it all rise. The righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring, because it's unseen. The mind is too barren. They won't even heal it. They pass it to charity. We over here healing and conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Like that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen, hey. Yeah.
We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Sneering this shit through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt or disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on, you tell the truth.